Say it's a big rich town. I just come from the poorest part. Legal or illegal, baby, I gotta make it. What's up, y'all? This is Ty, and I am here to review season 2, episode 10, the big finale of Power Book 2 Ghosts. And tonight's episode is titled Love and War. And before I do that, you know what I gotta do. I gotta give a shout out to my people, my subscribers that hold me down, and those of you especially that watch this show. And listen, you wanna be a part of this? Hit the subscribe button. Come on, help a brother out. Keep this channel going and growing. And come on down here and leave some comments and join us. We have a good time over here. So shout out to folks like Simply Be Yourself 100, June BLC, Savannah Rivers Amore, Saxon Heights, RC Kroger, Bobby Ray, A. Henderson, Kryptonian Black, Lamont Simpson, Quentin Baptiste, and all the rest of you lovely, wonderful, wonderful people. And like I said, bam, hit that subscribe button. We're at 830 something subscribers. Let's make it 9. Let's make it 1,000. Let's make it 2,000. Let's just keep it going and growing. But I do appreciate you all. All right, got that out of the way. Let's get down to this review. Listen, y'all, I'm going to tell you, I was in denial. I did not want Lauren to die. I was in denial. Last week when Effie snuffed her and dragged her into the car and drove off into the night, I don't know. I guess I was in denial. I should have known the girl was going to be dead, but I did not want her to be dead. I was like, oh, maybe Effie's going to... I don't know what I was thinking. I was in denial, basically. Because you know what type of show this is. The body counts just keep coming. You don't know who's going to be next. You never know who's going to go. But I was in total denial about that. But rest in peace to Lauren. It's just... And then poor Tariq in the beginning of the episode, he's looking, trying to call her, and then Effie, I'm talking about having the gall and these people are ruthless. Effie's like, oh, maybe she's laying low or whatever, this, that, and the third, knowing damn well she killed the girl. I was like, this is some crazy stuff. So anyway, speaking of cold, let's move on down to Monet and Mecca Dante, a.k.a. the snitch, and his foolishness. And he calls Monet Nene. So him and Nene are on the yacht together. And he, it's real romantic, whatever. And she's like, you really sort all these things out. He says, yes, I have a plan for us. And he's like, but you know what? I think we should rethink this plan. Because originally the plan, according to Monet, was we have to kill Lorenzo. So you want this man to kill the father of your children, your husband. And I'm like, damn, these people are cold. But then he flips it on. He's like, nah, we change your plans. I don't think I should do it or we should do it. I think Cain should do it because Cain wasn't loyal to you and yada, 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 blah, 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 things like that. And I'm saying to myself, these some cold people, man. These some cold people. So he's telling her, I think you should let your son do it. And I'm like, this just gets really crazy. And then Monet goes to Cain and tells him, son, I think you should go kill your father. And she explains to him, listen, he already had no respect for you. He got you beat up in the cell when you came to visit him. He had the guards beat you up. He also, what did he do? He put Drew in front of you when you were supposed to be the leader. He made us starve, and took the drug and took control of over everything. You got to kill him. And he's like, what? And then she mentions to him, listen, and Tariq is a trigger for Cain. Cain don't really care for Tariq that much. She was like, listen, Tariq killed his daddy, he did it. And he's like, oh, well, in that case, like now there's, in that case, he killed his father, I'm going to kill my father too. And I'm like, here we go with this foolishness. But now we got to go to the trial because Tariq's trial is going on. And Sullivan calls to the stand. We thought it was going to be Trace, but it turns out it's Braden. And I'm like, what is he going to say when he gets up there? He gets up there and he flips the whole thing. He says, I know Tariq didn't kill anybody or have anything to do with that because, first of all, I was the one dealing drugs. She thought she had him. She said, well, wait a minute. Weren't you roommates with him somewhere else? And now y'all at this school? He said, yeah, but, I had him switch rooms and be my roommate. I asked him to be my roommate. But he said, I'm the one that was selling the drugs. And I'm the mastermind behind that, you know, that little app program they had where they were selling drugs on campus. And she said, well, how do we know? I got the receipt right here, pulled out the paper, was like, there's the paper right there. Just blew her whole thing up. And they said this is more exculpatory evidence. And this goes to show, you know, she's not prepared. We need to dismiss this case, get all this done. And that's what they do. They dismiss this case. So Tariq is free. Now, Tariq is like, I'm free. And now he's pulling a page out of his daddy's book because now he's like, you know, I'm going clean. I don't want nothing to do with none of this stuff. I want to start over, get my little sister now, you know, get there, you know, because she's about to be adopted. Jasmine was about to be adopted. So he's like, I get my little sister now and I can go about my business. He's like, I don't want to do nothing to do with nothing anymore. And Braden's dad was pissed with Braden too. Like, why would you get up there and do that? You know, so that was interesting. But then here's the funny thing. Did y'all see Saxe trying to kick it with Sullivan? You had the nerve. She was like, get out of my face. He trying to, dude, you done caused you. She's pissed off. Like, come on. You really thought that was going to happen? She's losing this case or whatever. And so another funny scene was Tariq talking to McClain and saying that he wants a refund because you ain't really do nothing. Braden is the one that got me off or whatever. And he was like threatening to go to the board on McClain saying, and you double dip. You took money from the Tejadas and you took money from me. But McClain had to let him know, hold up now. You go on and report me if you want, but that will show that you have a connection to them. And that shows that you are not so innocent. So listen, you better get out there and hustle, and that's that, or, you know, you mess yourself up too. And he did bring up a very good and valid point. So that was that. And so the next scene we saw was Saxe sitting in the bar, you know, and Sullivan comes over to Saxe and they're having a conversation. And this is when it was confirmed. Oh, Lord. This was when it was confirmed that Lauren is dead. They made it look like a car accident. And she just fell apart to Saxe. She's saying, like, Dad, this is my fault. I'm the one that got her. She's dead. And so is Carrie. And, you know, I don't believe that was a suicide. And this thing right here with this accident, you know, the girl was running. And she said, I'm the cause of this. And Saxe tells her, he confides in her, which I think may come back to bite him later, because he says to her, listen, you need to bow out, leave this alone, whatever. He said, listen, I lost my cool at one point, and I planted evidence against James St. Patrick. I even, when it was found out that I was going to go to jail and lose my career and everything, my career is about to be destroyed. I even went to try to kill James St. Patrick, but somebody beat me to it. So he told that to her, and I'm like, I don't know why he poured that out and let her know about that, but that might come back to bite him. That's what I'm thinking. It may come back to bite him. Tariq being a free man now, Tariq goes to Monet. They have a meeting, and Monet tells him that she needs him. She needs him to help Kane kill Lorenzo, but we're not really going to kill Lorenzo. We're going to really kill Mecca, and we got to come up with a plan, this, that, and the third. And then she goes to Lorenzo and tells Lorenzo, she's like, listen, I know it wasn't you that shot at me. It was actually Mecca, Dante, whatever. Oh, and before I go into that, Tariq lets Monet know that, you know, Lorenzo, okay, we could kill, not Lorenzo, we can kill Dante / Mecca, but I already made a deal with him. He says, listen, you can do what you want, but I got to get some money from him because he needs a bag from me, and he had a tracker in that bag. He needs that bag back, but I got to get this money. Once I get this money from him, you can do what you want with him, but I want to be out of the game. I want to be done with all this. I'm sick of this. And she said, okay, deal, bet. But he told Monet, but your boy, Dante Mecca, is a snitch and an informant and all that. And she was like, he's a snitch. Oh, he really got to go now. He's a snitch. So then she goes to her husband, tells him what's going on. And now they devise this plan to kill Mecca. So then we see these scenes. We see the scenes where we have Cain and we have Cain. What's wrong with? We have Cain and Tariq going into the place, going into Lorenzo's place, and poor Cain. Cain couldn't. He can't do it. Cain had this whole conversation, by the way, with uh, Tariq, and Tariq told him. He said, "Listen, this will change you. Killing your father, this will change you. I did this, but you I don't know if you could do this. This will change you. You know." And he's got this thing. He don't really like Tariq anyway. But Tariq told him, like, "Listen, I had to kill my father to protect my family. You don't kill your father, he gonna kill you, Diana. This one, this one, this one." But when they get there, and when they get there, and Cain is supposed to pull this trigger, or whatever, because Mecca told him, you got to do it too. You got to do all this. He couldn't do it. That's his father. But he didn't have to. So Tariq said, "No, listen, Lorenzo knows you're here. That's not really what the plan is. So no, don't do it." So then they go, they kills Mecca's men and all that. And so it's like, get back to the house, do that. Go check on Drew. Drew was getting jacked up over there. They were on to him. They realized that the bag was empty. They're beating Drew up, and Drew was this close to losing his life. You never know who gonna get popped, who gonna die up in here. But Drew was saved right on time by Cain, and so that was good. So now we have Tariq going over to meet with Mecca. Mecca said, "Meet me at the penthouse with the money, this, that, and the third." But Mecca was about to, do Tariq in when Tariq gets up there. But as Tariq is coming up on the elevator and Mecca's greeting him with a nice gun, waiting to, because Mecca's like, "Yeah, as soon as the little punk get off this elevator, I'm going to blow his brains out." Not so fast. You ain't doing none of that, because Monet pulls a gun out on him, and it's like, "You got to go." And he's like, "Listen, you did what you did for me, but Nana," that's what he called her, Nana, Nene, Nene, Nana, whatever. Me and you were meant to be together. I did this for you, this, that, and the third. Don't pull that trigger. Don't make that mistake. Pop! She killed him. She kills him. Tariq comes off the elevator. They wipe the cameras up, and they handle that situation. But there's another problem. Zeke then went down to the precinct. He's feeling guilty. He talked to the detective, asking the detective questions about Carrie, and like saying, was it really a suicide? I just want to make sure. Then he goes back. The detective calls him back and then shows him footage of Monet in a car driving not too far from Carrie's location. And then Zeke is like, "Oh, you think that So he says to Zeke, "So you think there's anything you want to help me with?" And he said, "Oh, no, she was probably coming to pick me up, but then I went over to Carrie's, and that's the third." Then we see Zeke looking sad and crying. Now Zeke goes, I guess he was going to get he says, "You know what, I guess I got to get away. I got to leave with them." So he's going to go to his daddy, go in the jet or whatever. But wait a minute. Wait 1 minute. Lorenzo was having a conversation with Diana. She just couldn't do the switcheroo of the bags and all of that stuff. She had to go look in the bag because, Diana, she's inquiring minds. She got to look. She got to see what's going on. And she tells him, "Well, there were passports and this and that with our names and bank accounts with me, Cain, and this one's name and that, Zeke's name." Like, basically tell him, "Listen, trying to leave." So that triggered Lorenzo. So now Lorenzo goes to the private jet but he's thinking that this is Mecca. But see, Monet already told him, "Let her handle this. I'm going to handle this. I'm going to kill him myself." But he don't know that she's already killed Mecca. So now he goes and he's busting off shots at the jet, and he done shot and killed Zeke. And here I go again in denial because I said, "Well, maybe he's just hurt. Maybe he's hurt. I don't want him to be killed. Yo, what's up with that? Don't kill him." Because I kind of like Zeke. Zeke was a little slow, but I like Zeke. But no, Zeke is dead now too. So this whole thing, they get home, it's crazy. It was sad. They get home, everything seemed to have worked out. They turn on the news and they see that what's the name? Dante, aka Mecca, was shot and killed and dead. And you seen the look on Lorenzo's face, like, what? Dead? Oh, I killed the wrong person. And then we see, this is towards the end, then we see the phone ring. They're sitting at the table, the phone rings. And this is where the episode ended, actually. Monet picks up the phone and they tell her that Zeke is dead. I was like, dang, that's crazy. I didn't think he was going to be the one killed tonight. I didn't. But there was a scene in this episode that I really liked. We got to see Tasha, y'all. And when we saw Tasha, right? She in the woods, in a cabin, living dry, but peaceful and safe, but dry. I mean, dry. And a car rolls up in the driveway. She panics. And, because she's in the witness protection now, under witness protection now. The car drives up. She's like, oh, what the hell is going on? She's texting. She's like, who is it? Come to find out it's Tamika. And Tamika is bringing her Jasmine. And I thought that was nice. And she says, listen, I forgot whatever her new name. She said, I forgot what new name, but Tasha has a new name. She called her by that new name. She said, listen, and this is Olivia, your daughter Olivia. That other name, Tariq, she asked about. She said, I don't know nothing about that. Listen, take her and do that. But Tariq was sitting in the car. He's sitting in the car and he's just looking, and it's like, wow, you can't be with your family. I thought that was a touching scene because at first I thought Tamika just took Jasmine and didn't know, and Tariq didn't know anything about it. But to see him in the car knowing that his sister's back with his mother is great. And so now, he can go back to living that life of crime because remember, back at Mecca's dead, he never got the money from Mecca. So now he's like, well, I can't be out because even though Monet told him, listen, you could be out now. You could be out of the game. You did your end of the bar. He said, nah, well, he dead. That's who I was going to get the money from. I ain't out of the game. He dead. So I guess I'm still in the game. So that was that. But really, really, really good episode. I was shocked. Like I said, I didn't expect Zeke to be killed. What else happened in this episode? Oh, and then we had Tate, who I like his character. He just blackmailed his way back into office, because he has that picture of that dude in blackface, and that dude said to him, yo, you arrogant nigga. He said, arrogant nigga, that's about to take your job. Shout outs to him. I thought that was a great scene. And if I'm not mistaken, isn't his character getting a spinoff? I think he's getting a spinoff. I thought they said that. I don't know. I'm not sure. But also, y'all know that the latest Power spinoff, they're spinning all these shows off, is going to be Tommy's, and I believe that's called Force. So I think that premieres Sunday night. I'm going to be ready for that. So anyway, I thought it was a good episode. Rest in peace, Zeke. Rest in peace, Lauren. And actually, somebody was saying to me, this is Diana's fault that Zeke is dead, because they said if she didn't tell her father what was in the bag, that wouldn't have triggered him to go out there himself. Right? That's what one of my friends was saying. So what do y'all think? Y'all think it's Diana's fault? And what did y'all think about this episode? I thought it was good. I thought this season was good. This episode didn't have me on the edge of my seat like the last one, like the last two did. This one didn't have me on the highlight of this season for me was the table scene. And what was that? In episode 8? Was that? In episode 8. When Diana exposed everything. That was like the most intense episode to me. That one of the season. But overall, it's been a good season. And that's it. That's all I have. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this season. I enjoyed this episode. Tell me your thoughts. Did you like it? What you think about this episode? And are you ready for Power Force, the next one? And we're just going to have to wait for the next season of this one. But this Power universe just keeps going and going and growing. I think, after it's just, and then, I believe Raising Kanan is coming back. This Power universe, it amazes me how it has expanded and how all of the shows so far have been pretty good. They really work this universe. They really have. But that's all I have for now. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video.